The new immigration plan has been released today, and this is going to be for the next 3 years. So now the question is it good or bad for us? And who will be affected? Is it going to be the new student who will be coming here next year, or the current and past students? So we are going to be talking about that in this video. So make sure that you comment below, let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like this video. Canada has been a total mess in the last 3 years. Imagine accepting so many people here in their country, more than they could actually handle. As you know, they have limited spots when it comes to issuing permanent residency here. Even before, even like in the last 3 years, they only issue like 400,000 every single year. But then they accepted more than that. So we have so much supplies of workers and students here, but then they have limited supply of permanent residency. And because of that, many Canadians, permanent residents, are complaining about the cost of living, housing, jobs, and not just them. Many international students are complaining now because, again, they are now transitioning to permanent residency, and we don't have enough supply, right? It's just not enough. And now the government already realized that we cannot just keep accepting people here, but we only have, few spots. They now reduce the 500,000 initial plan of issuing permanent residency down to 395,000. That's actually a realistic number when you look at the number of international students and foreign workers that they're expecting to accept in the next 3 years. So that's the main reason why they introduced so many crazy measures this year. For example, the student cap. Before, they don't care about how many people will be studying here. Now they put an allocation, 485,000 for 2024, and they even reduced that to 300,000 next year. And also the postgrad work permit. Before, it's just easy to apply for PGWP, but now they introduce more restriction. Your program has to be aligned to what they need here in Canada. So that could be in agriculture, healthcare, trades, transportation, STEM, and even LAMIA, right? Workers that will require the LAMIA, they put a cap on it. And lastly, the spouses of international students. Not everyone could bring their spouses. And all these measures, the main goal of that is to reduce the number of applicants that will be applying for the permanent residency. During that announcement, they mentioned that they wanted to focus the immigration to the people who are already inside Canada. So if you have Canadian work experience and you've been working in critical sectors, for example, healthcare and trades, the chances of you getting the PR will be higher compared to someone who are still outside Canada and only dreaming to become a landed immigrant. Especially right now where Canada wants more French-speaking applicants. Right now, I also going to advise you, if you can consider to learn a new language. Learn French while you study, while you're working, because this is going to give you so much boost in your immigration. If you're lacking in your English, if you're lacking in your education, the only way for you to increase the chances in getting invited is learning French. There's another unlocked PR pathway for you. If you can speak French, at least CLB4. We are going to have another video about French, what's going to be an advantage, additional points, right? And how long does it take for someone to learn French? So if you're interested to know more about that, comment below and we'll have another video about that. Also, remember, they want you to be out of the big cities like Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Toronto. They wanted to focus the immigration outside of the big cities. They started this in BC, PNP already. You have extra points in regional area. That means outside of Metro Vancouver. And this year, they introduced that in Alberta. You have extra points if you are going to be working, you have a job offer in rural communities. And don't forget the rural immigration program that will be going to be permanent soon. And we're just waiting for that to be completed. Hopefully, they will release that by end of this year. Sadly to say that the politics played a big role when they're making this plan, right? They want votes. And the election is coming, and Trudeau said, I listen to Canadians. So clearly, immigration would be the second. It's always Canadian first, especially during election. Then I saw this one blogger, I think one of them like an immigration consultant, and then he said, oh, don't worry about this change. It's just a slight cut. Only 0.2% of the total population of Canada. You don't want to look at the total population. What you want to check and look at is the number of people that will be transitioning to permanent residency in the next 3 years. And you know that in 2022, 2023, those people who started studying here, they were not capped, right? And those people, most of them, will be applying for the postgrad work permit and will be graduating next year. And they only have until 2028 to get the residency. And thousands of them will need to compete with few spots in the permanent residency. And I don't want to break this to you, and I feel like the most affected individuals here are the ones who are already on their postgrad work permit, and also the ones who will be graduating soon. On the brighter side, if you started studying 2024 or you'll be studying next year, you know that the allocation started this year, 2024, you were capped, and you know by the time you graduate, you have less competition. And I just wish they could have started that few years back. But who knows, maybe they would change the immigration plan by the time they're done with the election. We don't know. But what you can control right now is how are you going to be dealing with these changes. You have to plan your goals according to the new direction of immigration. I want to know your thoughts on this one. Are you affected? How are you guys coping with all these changes? And comment below. If you need help, you can always reach out to us. I will be leaving the link in the description box. And good luck to everyone who will be applying for the permanent residency. And God bless Canada. Goodbye, guys. I'll see you in the next video.